The all-in-one pivot point indicator is available for various platforms on the TradingFinder website. From this section, you can download the indicator file for MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 platforms and run it in your chart. Traders can also refer to this page to understand how the indicator works and how to use it. From the Navigator section, we select the indicator file and run it on the chart by dragging the file. Just make sure to enable the Allow DLL Imports option in the Comment section and then click the OK button. Drag the indicator file to the chart. Allow DLL imports. Click OK. Draw support and resistance levels from pivot points of the chosen time frame. Just make sure to enable the Allow DLL imports option in the comment section, and then click the OK button. Once the indicator is placed on the chart, it starts drawing support and resistance levels based on the pivot points of the selected time frame. This indicator uses the lowest price, highest price, and closing price of the selected time frame to determine the pivot point for that period, displaying the level in blue. Based on its special algorithm, it then draws the support and resistance levels. In the settings section, this indicator selects the pivot point for the chosen time frame using the lowest price, highest price, and closing price, displaying the level in blue. Based on its special algorithm, it then draws the support and resistance levels. In the settings section, in the input section, there are options for display. It includes 3 modes: light, dark, and custom. Selecting light applies a light template. Choosing dark applies a dark template. Custom keeps your template. Next is the indicator's settings. By selecting the light option, a light template is applied to the chart, a template that is placed on the chart. Selecting the dark option applies a dark template, while the custom option retains your template. Indicator settings include 4 calculation methods. The calculation period defaults to daily, with options for daily, hourly, weekly, and monthly. If set to new, adjust the period to calculate up to 10 time periods. The settings for the calculation method have 4 options. Choose the method by your trading strategy to determine how the support and resistance levels set. The calculation period of the indicator, defaulted to daily, has 4 options: daily, hourly, weekly, and monthly. The next section is about setting the display period. If set to new, you can adjust the period, and it'll calculate up to 10 time periods for you and display them on the chart. If you set it to other modes, it'll only calculate the last time period and show the pivot points. Select the first option. It'll only display the pivot points for the current time period. The next section is about setting the display period. If set to new, adjust the period. Other modes calculate only the last period and show pivot points. The first option shows pivot points for the current period. The second option extends levels to the previous period. The next part involves setting levels, with 4 support and resistance levels adjustable. If you set it to other modes, it calculates the last period. The first option shows current period pivot points. Second option extends levels to the previous period. Next, set 4 support and resistance levels, adjustable here. Ensure chosen method changes level count. By selecting the second option, it extends the calculated levels to the previous period as well and displays them. The next section is about setting the levels, where 4 levels for support and resistance are considered, and you can adjust your selected levels from this section. Select the method to change levels. Classic uses 3. Woody uses 2. Adjust level size and colors. Toggle labels. For example, in the default and classic mode, the indicator considers only 3 support and resistance levels for the classic method, while for the Woody method, only 2 support and resistance levels are chosen. The next section is about adjusting the size of the levels. Set the level size here. You can also choose the color of the pivot point level here. Set the colors for the support and resistance levels. Lastly, to toggle the labels, I will select the dark template, choose Woody method, set period to weekly, then I'll click OK. Now, weekly support, resistance, and pivot levels are calculated. We've reached the end of this indicator tutorial. I'll disable it here. Now, I'm selecting the dark template, setting the method to Woody, and choosing the calculation period to weekly. Then I'll click OK. Now, the support and resistance levels have been calculated for me on a weekly basis with the weekly pivot point level and 2 support and 2 resistance levels set. Well, friends, we've reached the end of this indicator tutorial. We'd be happy to hear your comments and suggestions in the comments section.